Chat. All right. Let me get somewhere where some light is. Y'all can't really see me. I'm a little darky. I'ma just walk and talk. I ain't really got specifically like a notes written down, but this about how you make money. And I know y'all niggas like making money. I know y'all niggas, so y'all like making money. Y'all live in the same reality everyone else living in a sense of unity, nigga. Y'all living in the same reality. Y'all can't tell the difference between yes and no. Y'all all think everybody else. Anyway, let me tell y'all what I just figured out, man. Happy Halloween to any and everybody that celebrated. You can make as much money as you want to. It just depends on how much you know. The knowing is what provides. The universe, God, is not going to give you anything you did not work for. Working for it does not mean necessarily getting up and putting in hard work, hard labor. That's not what that means. Working for it means knowing. You're not going to be able to know something if you don't know it. You're not going to be able to gain something if you don't know it. You're not going to be able to earn something if what? Let me guess. You don't know it. That's the power of knowing. You're not going to be able to go anywhere without knowing. How are you going to go somewhere without how are you going to go to Walmart without knowing the directions? It's the same thing internally to reality. A lot of the things that you want comes from your mental. It starts off as a thought and you expect it to come into your reality, but you expect it to come into your reality without knowing how to get it there, knowing how to stand in it. Like, how are you going to get something you don't even know how to get? Like, that don't make no sense. So I'm here today to teach y'all. And don't mind the shadow and shit like that, but I'm here to teach y'all just real quick, briefly, what you need to know. What you need to know while moving forward, getting this bread, getting this paper. Because I inspire everybody to get the paper. I inspire everybody to get the bread. There's too much money out here, apparently. That's what everybody keeps saying. There's too much money out here for everybody. So, nigga like me, I want you to see me when I say this. I'ma get mine on bro. Alright, so with that information, I'm gonna need y'all to listen up. It's easy as fuck to get money. Easy as fuck. You can go get a 9-to-5, my nigga. You don't have to. You can get promotions. You can have a career. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to take my route. If you don't know what my route is, I trade. If you don't know what trading is, go look it up. Basically though, just to give us some brief summary, you can make however much money you want to with a certain amount of money. It is a risk. It's kind of like gambling, but you have strategy. Everything in the world has strategy. People tell me, oh, this is RNG, but to a certain extent, yes, it is RNG, because you get random stuff, you get random events, but you can control the random events due to what you know. I'm not sitting here saying you need to control your reality, but because you can't control your reality. As much as you want to control your reality, you cannot control your reality. You can only control your reality to up to a certain point. Like, ooh, I just showed that. I'm showing that. Like I said, you can control your reality to a certain point. I have to repeat that because I just walked past the street sign. I don't want y'all to get my street. But you can control your reality up into a certain point. Meaning you might think you have control over this specific reality, but when in reality, you can only control it up into a certain limit. Because of that frequency that you're in, you can only control within inside of that frequency. And to a certain extent, you have to be able to learn how to use that certain control. And to a certain extent, you might get blinded thinking that you can control this reality. And then when you go switch to a different reality, to a different frequency, and you're trying to control it the same way, your shit running away from you. You got to learn what control means. You got to be patient with yourself. You gotta love yourself, because I tell you what, boy, y'all niggas gonna be lost. Control yourself, be patient with yourself, love yourself. All of this shit, I wouldn't call it a game, but it is definitely programming. There's definitely codes that make everything run. Everything you can, bro, when I realized that I can be in one frequency and go from one frequency to another frequency. He not even really barking at me for real. I'm trying to look. Oh, it's a pretty pit bull. It's a pretty pit bull. Nigga, I don't want no smoke, nigga. I don't want no smoke, nigga. That's why your ass outside now, nigga. That's why your ass outside now, nigga. Okay, you already trying to bark at somebody. You already trying to be I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Anyway, where was I? Let me turn this way. Let me turn this way. Where was I? I'm out this bit with no shirt on, nigga, in my motherfucking neighborhood, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Anyway, like I said, you need to control your reality. You need to control everything that's within inside of you, because you can't control anything that's outside of you. It's a completely different control when it comes to everything that's within inside of you versus everything that's outside of you. Like, you can't control your girlfriend, you can't control the reality. You can't go to a beach and stand on the sand and expect, just because you run to the water, you're gonna scoop up as much water as you need. But if you stand on the sand, build a base around the sand, because you know the water is gonna come up eventually to touch your sand, you can prepare. It's about what you know. Yes, you can go to the beach, stand on the sand, and be like, oh shit, there's water. Let me go get the water because that's what I need for my family. Let's just say that's money. Oh shit, the water is money. Let me go get the water. Let me go try to scoop up and chase the water as it's running away from me, instead of preparing the sand that's in front of you, that's under you, which you know, and cutting out little holes for when the water do return, you will be able to be rewarded because of what you know. This isn't like a think smarter, think harder kind of scheme. Like, this isn't like you should think smarter, you should think harder. Like, I'm not trying to tell y'all to do that. Like, it's not about thinking smarter, it's not about thinking harder, it's not about none of that, because people will try to limit it to that. People will try to make it seem like they're better than you because they're thinking smarter than you, but in reality, it's all due to experience. And I'm just here to tell y'all my experience. Understand, all this shit fake though. Understand that, but also understand that you're not limited to none of the things that reality makes it seem like you're limited to. You think you're limited to time, you're not limited to time. You think you're limited to a lot of these things that's in the universe, you're not limited to. Let me cover this street sign. I don't know if y'all seen the other one, but I'm gonna edit this video. Yeah, you think you limited to a whole bunch of things when you're really not limited to any of these things. You just have to understand who you are and understand what you know. This is way deeper than money, but the whole point of life is to prepare, is to get ready. You're getting ready. In order to get ready, you have to be able to, first of all, know what you're getting ready for. Everybody was sent down here to do something. I'm doing one of my purposes right now by recording this video for y'all niggas. Everybody was brought down here to do something. Nigga, what you want to do? And then from there, what you do want to do, figure out how to do it. And then from there, when you figure out how to do it and how to continue to capitalize off of the things that you do have, first of all, stay in that frequency. But you don't know what that is, so let's go ahead and rewind back. When you figure out what you want to do you have a cup. And I'm gonna bring this analogy right back to that cup and the beach and the water. I'm gonna tie all this back in. So how this shit work, right, is you have goals. You figure out your goals, right? Once you figure out those goals, I'm sorry, the old lady staring at me. I ain't got no shirt on. You figure out your goals, right? After you figure out your goals, then from there, my bad. Let me get across the street. Oh, hey nigga, try to steal the motherfucking, yeah. So you figure out your goals. You figure out a lot of your goals fulfill your purpose, by the way. Niggas will be like, what's my purpose? Well, figure out what you want to do in life first, like, and from the goals that you set out and accomplish, they will seek a purpose. Figure out your goals first. Let's fast forward. Goals, not every single goal is according to your purpose, but as you completing those goals, your purpose will be the purpose for you to complete those goals. You got to live your own life to figure that shit out, though. We continue when we fast forward, and you got your goals, you doing your purpose to get the goals. You're like, oh shit. At one point in time, you figuring out everything, you learning everything, you figuring out everything is kind of lining up, everything making sense, and then boom, after that, after you figure out your goals, after you, another woman looking at me. Hold on, give me a second. That's what I'm saying. That dog wasn't barking at me. That dog barking at that lady. Anywho, you figure out your purpose. You figure out your goals. From there, you're like, damn, okay, well, I want to accomplish this, but in order for me to accomplish this, I have to get this, and this. When you realize you got to get this, and this, you're going to get those. You're going to add those inside your cup. You're going to have a cup that's going to be naturally with you in every single frequency that you're able to be inside. You're going to have a cup, you're going to have sand, you're going to have a beach. Now, with your goals, it might be money. With your goals, it might be a husband, a wife. With your goals, it might be anything. This is up to you. Now, you have that cup, you have your sand, you have your beach. You have your water, which is the profits, which is the losses, which is everything of that sort that you receive on the other side of doing what you know. So it's like the reward, right? That's gonna be your water. The sand is what you stand on for you to know, because everything that you know, in order for you to get up into this point that you're standing on, which is what you know, you have to fill up your cup. So this winds back. Cool. You remember when I told you that in order for things to happen, you're gonna have to get this, and that, and this. All of those things that you decided are good for you to get you to the next level in your not goals, but in your not reality. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess we can use reality. Everything that you try to use to get you to your reality, whether that be to the husband, whether that be to money, whether that be, you have to set boundaries. You're gonna have boundaries. You're gonna be like, yes, this is good, no, this isn't good, this is good, this isn't good, this is yes, no. From that, you're gonna convey the good from the bad with inside of your reality, and then from there, you're gonna be able to live that reality because you are subjecting. You're basically saying, yes, this is good, no, this isn't good, yes, this is good, no, this isn't good. So basically, everything that could have been good in your old reality could be bad in the new reality, is what I'm saying. With that understanding, you're able to swipe everything away and things of that nature. Let me walk to a different location. These dogs and women pissing me off. So let me walk to a different location. They not really pissing me off, but they disturbing my peace. So I'ma just get away. But yeah, I think that's all. I think that's really all. I know. Okay, so let me just give it to you in a brief scenario, right? You trying to get some money. Let's just say you dead broke. You figure out how to get money. First of all, you figure out what makes you money. Okay, cool. I want to start a business. Okay, cool. What I know about this business? Nothing. Okay, I need to figure out everything about this business. I need to figure out the good, the bad, the evil. From figuring out the good, the bad, the evil, right? Let me let this shit pass. From figuring out the good, the bad, the evil of the situation that you're in, once you be able to weigh out the good, the bad, the evil, then you start moving in the good, which is the knowing, which is the sand that you stand on. Once you realize, okay, cool, now I know everything that's good that I need to do in order to make this money, which is over there. Now I know everything that's bad that I don't need to make this money, that's over here. If I want the money, I need to move over here. Hold up. If I want the money, I need to move over here. If I don't want the money, then I need to move over here. Cool, I got both balances. Now from there, what do? I understand that if I move over here, I'm gonna get the money. But if I move over here, how do I move over here? Okay, cool. I need to stand in it. What does it mean by standing in it, Zay? I got you. You need to stand in the reality that you created for yourself. If you don't understand what that means, give me time. Cause I'm gonna explain this shit. I'm gonna try to explain everything to y'all niggas, because I tell you what, boy, this is some great ass information. And that's why I was trying to rush it, but I'm not even trying to rush it no more, because this is, like I said, great ass information. So boom. If you don't know what it means to stand in the reality, like I say, you have the answers. When you hit the reality, the good answers, you have the bad answers, right or wrong. So from there, you have good answers. From there, you have bad answers. The knowing is what gets you to what you know. So you can't get to anywhere unless you do it on purpose. And what you do on purpose is what you know is right and what you know is wrong. You can't blame no one outside of you for doing a wrong answer when you know it's wrong. You only have to take accountability. So that's what I mean by standing in the knowing, because if you know this is right and if you know this is wrong, how can you blame someone else for not knowing? You know. You know. Whether that be a different answer, whether that be whatever, you know. So it's just really up to you, for real. Here go more girls. You know, I just attract women, so you know how it be. But yeah, you can't blame no one other than yourself, for real. So that's why I started the video telling you to love yourself. That's why I started the video telling you control yourself, because you are the one. On bro the key. Good evening. Easy, slight work. Bro. What else do I need to teach y'all? Easy. Bitch. My bad. I ain't mean to call you no bitch. I called the dog a bitch. Shit. Nigga stop barking. That's on me. Damn. What else do y'all need to know? I'm trying to think. There's more stuff that y'all could learn. I just can't think of it right now. What else? Stand in the knowing. Do what you know. Do what you love. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out the good answers, the bad answers. Live in the good answers. That's living in the knowing. Be aware of the good answers that you're choosing, so you can build that frequency and continue to make it stronger. From there, it's going to become normal. And from there, You ain't really got to do too much but wade at the sand, which is the knowing, which is when you're making these conscious decisions. Stand on the sand, and then when the wave comes to you, and you know every single time that wave comes to you, that doesn't mean that you take that opportunity. Sometimes the wave is there to see if you're gonna leave your base to go get that water. Sometimes the wave is going to, hold on, let me let this fucking bus pass. Main character at bus. All right. Some of y'all, like, sometimes the wave tests you. Sometimes the wave is like, okay, cool, like you can get some money today. Sometimes the wave is like, nah, I don't want you to get no money today. Sometimes the wave, it's up to you to decide whether the wave is providing you with the correct answer or not. But the frequency is undoubtedly in your control, because you know right from wrong. It's a lot. And I know a lot of y'all not gonna really and truly understand, and I was everywhere with this video, and this video is a freestyle. I was everywhere, but this video is for niggas that want to make money, but this is so much deeper than money. You can attract anything inside your life, especially if you don't know the right and wrong answer. Like, if you can attract fear into your life, not knowing the right and wrong answers. I could be scared of politics and the government if I was persuaded in that way, just like a lot of people are. If I didn't have the correct information, or if I wasn't living in a reality that sustained me that correct information. For me, this is correct information only for me. I'm not scared of the government, but to somebody else, they might be scared of the government. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, for people, they might be rich, but for other people, they might not be rich. So it's just like, whatever you are trying to live is how you want to live and how you're going to live. But you can't mistakenly get rich. You have to literally mold yourself into this person. Which is very interesting. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting approach to life. So, and it's a personal journey. So, whatever y'all want to do with this information, y'all will. I love y'all. I'm out.